Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Married to Medicine, Season 10, Episode 5. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please subscribe to this channel if you are not. Like and share this video, and also leave your comments below. Now, I gotta preface this. I may overthink some things and need things to make sense if I'm going to watch reality TV. Can I be entertained? Yes. Does it need to make sense for me? Yes, it does. Some things aren't making sense, even though I'm entertained. And I think sometimes the entertainment value can overshadow for what's really going on here. Because we really don't, one, we don't really know what's going on here and why it's happening, but we're calling it reality TV. I get a joke, a gag, a stunt, but are we going to have this almost every episode? So that's why I preface things. I got stuff to say later. Phaedra fans, y'all ain't gonna like me. And maybe Quad fans won't like me. I have a warning for Quad. And you know I'm not a Phaedra fan, so whatever. Okay, so here we go. Of course, we get the interludes of what's going on in everyone's life. We got Dr. Heavenly talking to Laura. She just had prom, and she stayed all night at the hotel with some women, or girls, young women, young ladies. And of course, Dr. Heavenly asks, are there any boys? You know. And then Heavenly's like, I don't know. I saw Toya. Did she call anyone at that point? Whatever. That's all the interludes I got. I didn't write anything down. But I believe the first scene is Quad and Heavenly. They're traveling to, or who is? No. Phaedra's coming to Quad's home. Also Heavenly. This is the first time that Quad and Heavenly are going to hash things out. Why is Phaedra there? Can anyone say why Phaedra's there? Besides saying, oh, Phaedra's giving all these looks. There was no need for her to be there to try to facilitate this because she added nothing. She said nothing, but sat there. For some reason, everything, how Quad wants things to be, is that it's how people have done her. It's not about what she's done to people. And I think that that's going to be her downfall within this group. But anyways, Heavenly gets there and they talk. Quad feels a certain way towards Heavenly because she started taking these pictures and being chummy with Sweet Tea before the wedding and all this good stuff. I think Heavenly ended up saying she thought it was that she felt like it was a joke. I wouldn't even said that as an explanation, Heavenly, because that's crazy. But for some reason, you're supposed to be my friend, and we fall out sometimes. But I wish you would have taken me a little bit more serious or had more concern about certain things. Well, she didn't think that Quad minded and didn't care about anything. But here's my question here. There's no heat towards Phaedra. There's no heat for Phaedra going to the bachelorette for the engagement party. There's no heat for Phaedra going to shop for wedding dresses. There's no heat for teaming up with Toya to have this bachelorette party or pamper party. Nothing whatsoever. Why is Heavenly getting all these lashings alone? That's my thing. That's part of my intelligence I'm not getting. Like, what? How is she the one suffering here and Phaedra's just skating on by? You have nothing. You don't have a crossword with her or nothing. Not even in your alone scenes together. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's right. Toya did have a lone scene. You know, her youngest son is just a replica of her. I was like, dang, he talks like her and just looks totally like her. Yeah, now I remember. So they're going back and forth. Heavenly's like, well, I didn't mean all this and all that. And Quad's like, y'all didn't check on me. Well, you went into isolation on an island and we didn't know how you felt about us. Like, I understand Heavenly because it's like, well, you disappear, lady. I didn't disappear. And then we're supposed to keep checking on you when you weren't returning our calls and all that good stuff, blah, 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 blah. It was getting a little bit escalated. And Heavenly's like, calm down. You know how I get pissed off sometimes. So they ended up resolving everything. And that was the end of the scene. And Phaedra did not need to be there. If you all can convince me otherwise, then let me know. Phaedra did not need to be there. The next important scene is Cecil and Simone. And it's about, really, Cecil just don't really care. Like, he just wants his boys to live the soft life. To me, I know that they got to get into manhood. I really do. I just somewhat don't care because we just don't get to see black children do this. White children get to do it all the time. Some Indian folk get to do that if you're a part of a well-to-do family. Some Asian Oriental people get to do that. Black people don't. But we always got to get it out the mud, work super hard, and it's nothing wrong with all of that. But I would like to see that side a little bit. That's why I'd be so conflicted. It's like, I do hear Simone. Simone is very like, okay, he's almost 26. It's like, what are we doing here? We are coddling. So the next plans is to, because they're looking through this family photo album and going through memories and all that. They are ready to get them an apartment. Both him and Michael. I guess it's going to be when Michael comes back up to the Georgia area or the Atlanta area. But Cecil's like, okay, we can get this apartment. We can do whatever. How do we know that he's going to get a job sustainable enough? I mean, he's going to have to put his best foot forward. Even if, let's say, I would come up with different strategies here. Since Cecil is so not really wanting him to lift the finger, the boys to lift the finger, why not, okay, start off paying the rent, maybe give them a year or whatever. By the next year, if you want to, I mean, pay half, they pay half, and then the next year, they got it all on their own, or something to that nature. Or maybe 6 months increments just to wean them off to see what's out there and what type of job opportunities they can get. If they are not prepared enough, I mean, go to a homeless shelter. At this point, it's like, I'm give them something to work with and to push towards, and not just hand everything out to them. Especially if you want them getting to adulthood and manhood. Cecil just feels like Simone is fast track, and she got everything done, and and Cecil was more slow, even in college and all that. He was slow to propose to her and all that good stuff. So it's like, I guess it's on speed. I'm trying to figure out how these folks really got together, but whatever. That's not here or there. I think something should be done to move them on to adulthood. I don't think that pushing them out either, but I think you got to start putting some limits and building blocks to get them there. What do you guys think? I know, especially for black males, probably a lot are not going to agree with me, but I mean, black males don't get that privilege either. And most of the time, how black women are told, you know, you got to get to somebody with some money. Get somebody that's going to be keep you stable. So are a lot of women working towards their own independency? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't have it, you know. But y'all can read me in the comments or judge me or whatever, but sorry. The next thing, Phaedra, the reason this episode isn't as good, are there laughing points? Yes. But it's not the gag that we would have thought that we got in for the bachelorette party. Phaedra goes around like some mafia princess with glasses and all that in limos, and having Benji the butler give out these invitations and briefcases. It's all about this resurrection coming. Toya already figured it out as to what's going on. So Phaedra's giving it away in the car about this whole resurrection and bringing everyone together. That it's centered around Quad. So, you know what? Now that I got a closer view of Benji, what's up, Benji? What's up? How you doing? He's an attractive man. Okay, so we move on to Toya. She's invited Simone and also Sweet Tea. They are doing this IV shot. It's a way to rejuvenate and hydrate you. So they get these high IVs and all that good stuff. I know mostly, I think they use it for people that may have had a bad night from drinking and all that good stuff, or a lot of it's done if you've been sick for a while. So we find out from Sweet Tea that, of course, they didn't have sex the first night. That's typical. I mean, y'all tired after the whole event, even though it was like only a half hour of this wedding, but whatever. It's typical that you don't really get it in the first night. They didn't have sex for 3 nights. We find out that she was on her period, but she said that she was what she said when she was talking with Simone is that she was having spot bleeding, but she had already had her cycle already. So, and that's why I don't even like explaining this, because I don't even know. I'm not a woman, but obviously that there's irregular pelvic pain. I think that's what Simone was talking about. There's something else going on with her. I'm going to say this. I don't want to be mean to Sweet Tea in this moment, but you seem to have promised this man a baby. And I've said this before, but you really got all these fertility problems. What are you going to do if you can't actually conceive? Because it seems like that was a selling point to him to get you. Of course, you being young is another selling point, and naive is another selling point. But lady, you did all of that, and you possibly can't conceive. And you got all these women issues, very young. Even though you're getting to the point of, I think it's like mature pregnancies or old pregnancies or something to that nature. And it seems like both of y'all just done bamboozled yourself into this sugar daddy marriage. What do y'all think? Because I'm confused. I'm really confused. All right, so everybody's riding in these limos. Alicia's there. She's talking to Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie in the car, and they said, "Oh, we're passing by Quad's house. I wonder if she's gonna be there or whatever." Blah 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 blah. And somehow it got on the subject of Dr. Jackie not really talking with Quad. It's like, y'all really live this close together, and y'all don't call each other. You don't call her. She said, "Well, she don't call me." So they arrived to a church. Everybody's dressed really interesting, and Phaedra's dressed like Coretta Scott King back in the day when they were burying Dr. Martin Luther King. She looks like she's 60. So she's doing this whole thing. They wheel in this casket, and they're like, "What's going on? Is there a real body up in there?" Phaedra comes down, put a rose on her, and then Quad pops out in all white. There was nothing gagging. How she came out of it was funny, but it's like nothing that I'm going to. Oh, remember when Quad came out of the casket? I may mention it, but it's nothing iconic whatsoever. So Quad basically was just saying, a lot of you people buried me before my time, but this is my resurrection. Blah 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 blah. So Quad is blaming everybody for everything, basically. I don't know how far you're going to keep on getting with these people, Quad, because they're not taking you serious because you're dramatic as fuck. And you want to come to them like they did something to you, when you specifically said that you needed time away from this group. And she did say to Sweet Tea, "We have no animosity together. I think you're a good person, and I have no beef towards you." And Sweet Tea was likewise. Oh, when they first got to the church, and Heavenly was like, "Hey, baby," to Sweet Tea, and Sweet Tea, don't hey, baby. Don't hey, baby. Don't hey, baby me. So she had already spoken with Toya and Simone, but I don't like what Heavenly did, and I could swing, but I'm gonna need y'all to hold me back. And that's what she did today. What's so crazy is that what's her name? Quad tried to have the focus on her. Heavenly took this moment to start talking to Sweet Tea and basically said, "Look, I do like you. I don't have anything against you. I don't know why I wasn't invited to the wedding, but I don't have anything, and I want to bury the hatchet right now." And then, of course, Sweet Tea said what she needed to say, and you spoke about my marriage and try to intervene, And she said, "I apologize, but I still stand on what I said in regards to that." Of course, Dr. Heavenly doesn't. I think she don't even admit to saying that she don't think that they should have got married and all that good stuff. She said, "Well, even Toya said that you were having communication issues and all that." And then Sweet Tea went back to history of the show and started saying, "You even said that you got a skillet and bopped it on your husband's head." So then Heavenly looked like, "Say what?" We ain't playing like that. Sweet Tea gets up out of her seat like she's about to go charge after Heavenly, but of course Simone held her back. Heavenly got up and said, "I'm gonna whoop you like your mama should have whooped you, blah, 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 blah." She ended up sitting down. Sweet Tea ain't about that life. And we know Heavenly is not about that life. She already said she can't fight. I believe she can fight, but she's not gonna fight on TV. So Quad gets the focus back on her. Shout out to Sister Act 2. Remember this? Focus. um, and she tries to talk to Toya. You know, Toya's not really hearing it. Da 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 da. Said, "Oh, if you don't want to bury it, that's okay." Da 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 da. Quad, I don't know about you. I like you, but I don't know how you're going to stick in this group. It's only episode 5. I do get that. So, I don't know. I got something to say a little bit later. So then everybody goes to the repast. They got fried chicken, greens, and all this good stuff. So everyone starts just talking a little bit. Phaedra's leading the conversation with mending and all this good stuff. Phaedra wishes that Quad had taken some accountability. Phaedra, you have not taken accountability for over 6 years. To Candy. Why are you leading this? This is not even your friend group. You're friends with Quad. That's all you are. You don't understand the relationship that Heavenly has with Quad and all this good stuff. And you're just there. And they're just using you for whatever reason, just for ratings, just because you have been good entertainment, but you are not adding nothing to the show. You can't facilitate something that you don't even know how Toya feels about this and that, da 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 da. So why are you doing all of this? It's not making any sense, girl. And this was stunt casting. Bravo, you don't need her. This show is good on its own. Dr. Jackie's like, I don't understand why we couldn't have a call text. This is just too much, whatever. Simone says something along the lines of, like, I don't abandon people, or is that next episode? However, Simone is like, I'm here to make things right with you, but are you here with this group or not? It's kind of the gist of what she was going for. Do you think that we are good? Like, are we good enough to be with you in this group, you know? Toya and Quad were having another issue because Quad doesn't understand why there's... because Toya ended up saying, well, Quad has done a lot of malicious things. And then Quad's like, what have I done malicious? You said that I'm a thief. And then you went, did I? For some reason, Quad is getting the grunt of everything when other people have actually started different things. Like even the whole, she was having an affair. No, people within your neighborhood started that rumor, Toya. It wasn't Quad that started the rumor about even that there was going to be break-ins and things of that nature. Carrie ended up saying it first. For whatever reason, because it was Quad that ended up repeating it at some point, she gets the grunt of whatever Toya has going on. I'm not saying that Quad is at all not responsible for anything, but it's like, if Quad does it, then she's just evil and all that. Anybody else does it, I mean, you're still photo opping with Anila. But Quad gets all of this. I don't understand. Quad, I'm gonna say this. I think you better get up from up under Phaedra, because all she does is doing stunts. So Quad, what is your storyline? You once again trying to mend things with this group and not taking accountability? Where's your, like, you already said that there's no beef between you and Sweet Tea. Where's your nephew at? Like, we're 5 episodes in and you're still trying to integrate yourself back into this group. I really question the future of your place on this show. And Phaedra's not helping you get there. I'm sorry. Heavenly had better chances in how to mix you within the group. I think some people are just tired of your antics. I think that they do like you, but if you're going to be in this group and stay in this group. And not be so you. As much as I like you, you need something realistic, because it looks like every year you have to renew your contract. And every year that there's a holdup. And you need to do something drastic to help solidify that you should be on the show. I don't care that you're not married, because you've been the show. You helped made the show what it's supposed to be. Phaedra, on the other hand, I just feel like she's a guest star. She is not really a part of this group. I don't see it. If y'all see it, let me know, and how you think that they are, because she's chummy and all that, and nobody's really what's the word they use? Nobody's really hazing her as of yet. Sorry. Alicia, hopefully you start talking. I understand that you know nothing of what's going on in this group, and I'm glad you're not inserting yourself in that way. I don't know how to get you to make your presence more known in this group. Maybe we'll start seeing it next episode, because they're going to be traveling somewhere. I don't know. But hopefully we do see something more out of you, because We have nothing to be invested in you as of yet. That's all I do have. Quad, get it together. Get it together. Phaedra, I don't even understand the makeup of these episodes, because it's like she keeps facilitating something amongst a friend group that she is not friends with. That's it. All right. I do appreciate everyone again for coming to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Also, like and subscribe and leave your comments. Until we meet again. Peace.